buzz, the noise, the same old bag of notes. Wouldn't you like something new to rock out with? This is it. See your Oldsmobile here.
I got bigger green than you.
Oh my God!
Jeez.
Go boys. And we're back!
It's been a while.
This is the first week of December.
Jeez.
What, and do I got bad cable? What's going on here?
What the hell?
What the hell is going on with that?
You got
video?
like a slaw, small,
Here, let me do
whatever.
this. What happens
Give
when
it a
I do
zinger.
that?
Whoa,
Hey,
better.
there we go.
Whoa.
No, holy crap. So here we are.
Looks like an
Rocket
earthquake.
Radio, Rocket Report with
Earthquake,
good friend,
baby.
Mobile
Whoa.
Steve, cas-am Performance, Rocket Report, Steve. Hit him with the email.
cas-am Performance at sbcglobal.net, which will be changing in the next month or so.
We did talk about in episode 10, the future of the new website is coming.
Yes, it is. It is.
So we're going to get there. But everything's coming. So,
It's
wait,
revamped.
that sounded really dirty.
Hey, easy. This
Well,
it's not Love Guru here.
Let's recap for everyone out there in Rocket Radio Land. I am your host, as always, DrJay, Jason Heintz, with my good friend, Mobile
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
Stephen Minore, M-I-N-O-R-E.
Man, you're in rare form tonight, dude.
I'm cuckoo right now.
Come
I really am.
on.
I'm really cuckoo right now. I hold in my hand,
Yeah.
and as you say, I rarely write things down.
Yeah.
But I did today.
Looks like a long doctor's note because I can't read anything.
That's right. It's
on
all
there.
chicken scratch. So what we have here is this is like one of those pilots, teasers for what's coming up. Season 1 of Rocket Radio is in the tank.
It's pretty amazing.
12 episodes of season 1, got through 2018. And I want to go back and just reflect on some of the big moments that we had all year, and then tell the folks what we got coming up for our brand new season 2 intro, opener, video,
Oh,
photo,
yeah.
phone
Total
calls, total revamp.
Everything. Revamp.
It's gonna be ridiculous, but
It's a new
the
year,
same
baby.
old good old fun with tech and burnouts and food and
Oh,
phone
yeah.
calls and magazines and who else? What the hell? Who else knows who's walking in here?
Whatever.
But this
We'll
goes
do it.
all
We'll do
the
it.
way back to April. I was looking it up.
It was April?
It was April. So I had to look it up. It was
What
all
the
the way
hell did
back
we
in,
talk about?
It was the first week in April, and we were like really ambitious
Right.
because we did 3 episodes in a row.
Wow.
We really did. We did like week to week to week because coming up towards second week of April, which was episode 3, was Barrett Jackson Palm Beach.
Right.
Right. So that's how I know. We did the last week in March, actually. It was like
Right.
March 28th. We did an episode the next week, and the next week.
Yeah, because we did one before and after.
That's
that.
right. We were doing befores and afters. So all the way back to episode 1, and hopefully all of our fans out in Rocket Radio Land, go back. Tell us what was your favorite. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. We skipped out on Tech Talk and the Burnout Burnout Box the last couple weeks because we had so
much info.
things to talk about with
Yep.
the recap of McCacken
Big time.
and all of our phone guests that we're calling in, and we're going to get to them too.
Yes.
But we want to bring that back. But if our audience and our listeners wants to come up with a new segment or you want to rename something,
Or a question.
questions. We need more questions. The
Yeah.
questions have kind of dried up
Right.
because we didn't ask for them.
Right.
So we're asking again, what do you want in
Yeah.
season 2?
You want questions? You want to ask me about a particular car? You want to know about it before you buy it?
We all
Whatever,
have
anything.
hibernation
After.
blues right now.
Yeah,
We don't
I'm
even
jonesing.
walk by our cars right
Jonesing.
now. There's got to be something you want to talk about. So
Can
while
you-
it's the winter, let's get back to the dirty. Let's get
killing
back to
me.
the nuts and bolts. Let's get back to the numbers and this part and not that part and why this and why not that.
Now's the time.
And I'm going to call.
Bench race.
And I'm going to leave that in there. Usually I like editing that stuff out, but as we got through season 1,
Right.
I started to edit less and less and less.
Yeah, we were doing great.
We were just flowing through, and it was just good.
Yeah.
So anytime
we have a fun time doing it.
anytime things like that happen,
we have a fun time.
I'm
with
leaving
this.
them in.
That's right.
Because it's funny. Because I know everyone out there who's listening. Because we've been posting this up on the Twitter page. What's the Twitter page? Cas-am Performance on
that's right.
Twitter. Cas-am Performance on Facebook.
Revamp. Yeah,
it's all coming.
Be revamped, man.
And we parked this up on my YouTube page, DrJay0. And you can send me some hate mail, love mail too, at drjay0@yahoo.com.
It's going to go big this year.
Yeah,
I have a
it's
very
gonna go
strange
crazy.
feeling.
Our
gonna be
goal
great.
mid-year is to do on-location recordings. Want to
Yes.
go to some of these big shows. We're going to get into, the.
I know what you're thinking.
Okay, all right.
I know what you're
We're
thinking.
gonna
We
get into
talked
that.
about this.
Yeah, we're going to
give
get
him a
into
little
that.
tease.
But
Give him a little
I
tease.
said I want to talk about last year, but we're already talking about next year.
I know. Well, hey,
This is what you going to do.
this is going to be an exciting year. No.
So episode 1, the first question that I
Right.
put out there that I want everyone to know was the story of Mobile Steve.
Right.
And I'm not going to ask you to tell the story again because
Right.
everyone at this point knows the story.
Yeah. I mean,
But
if you don't, you don't. But
if you don't, you don't. Go back to episode 1 and listen to
or
the story
in
of
the magazine.
Mobile Steve and Steve really paying homage to his biggest fan, Father Joe.
yeah, my dad, uncle, and cousin.
We covered them all in episode 1.
Definitely.
And in episode, moving quick, also in episode 1, we had the first question I ever asked you was,
I don't remember it. What
you
was
don't
it?
remember it?
I don't.
Okay.
I will when you
well,
say it.
Well, what's funny is this appears 3 times.
Right.
Going all the way down, I don't want to jump around, but in
That's all
episode
right, dude.
1, I asked you about Dale Smith, if you could ever ask him a single question,
and it didn't went
and
poof.
and poof. So that was episode 1. The Dale Smith thing never popped up again. But then we went down to episode 2. We were rolling through this, kind of winging it. It was
Right.
good. Then we had a great intro. We started putting in some photos.
That was you on the intro, dude.
Yeah.
You did the intro.
Well,
not me.
We needed that.
Not
we needed
me.
something,
that
so
that
I
intro,
smacked it together.
that's
but-
going to be a tough one to beat, but I got some great ideas here.
Maybe that's how we're going to do this. We're going to do a little bounce of what we did and what we're going to do to each one of these episodes.
Okay, all right.
So
I'm in.
episode 2 was the introduction of the intro,
Right.
music and outro
Yeah.
to Rocket Radio.
Yep.
And behind the scenes, I haven't even opened up the editing desk yet, but Steve's got some ideas for us to kind of vamp and ramp that up.
Yeah. It's
We
I want
have to
have a lot
skate
more
around
fun.
the copyright laws, and I have to work some DrJay magic.
Right.
To
But
pull
there's
this
just
off.
there's some specific music clips
Yeah, it's
and
mo-
riffs
it's
that
gonna
I need
happen.
to get into this new intro montage.
It's going to happen. And
I
you know what?
can
I have
only
a goal
imagine.
tonight too.
What?
And
What are you gonna do?
We peeled back the curtain
Yeah.
twice in episode 11 and 12, where we actually said to the audience, we're going to pause for a second.
We're not tonight,
And
are
we're going
we?
to come back. And then we even said it. With the magic of editing, you didn't even know that we took a break, but we just told you we took a break.
Right.
No breaks tonight.
Yeah, we're going. All right. You want
No,
to go?
I'm serious. No
I got the
breaks.
coffee right here,
I
man.
mean,
I'm ready.
well, I got coffee. I may have
We had
to
the
pee,
glazed
but
donut. Well, wait a minute.
you know what?
All right. Here
I'm
you
gonna
go.
I'm gonna have to. That's another thing. Maybe we're gonna switch this to wireless microphone. So if you gotta pee, I can still hear you when you're flushing.
That's right. No worries.
So episode 2 was the first mention of the Oldsmobile Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And all the folks that were involved in that.
Right.
And that was Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
End of July, first week in August.
Something like that.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. And we're gonna mention the OCA event a couple times.
Yeah.
But there was a question that we put out in episode 2, and I actually want this now that you've had this full season. And you've seen all these amazing things. And you've met some new fans and new friends and new customers and clients.
Yeah.
And you've seen some stuff that hasn't been seen by the normal person and had access to some of these seriously documented, legit, OG, original survivors. I asked you in episode 2, if you were to build what you know now, a Holy Grail car then, what would you build now?
See, I don't even remember what my answer was.
What's this?
Yeah, that's your
Okay,
notes, man.
Here's my notes.
You're unbelievable.
Episode 2, the
Yeah,
Holy
what-
Grail car that
Right.
Steve wanted to build.
Yes.
Steve wanted to build Where is it? Right here. Episode 2, the Holy Grail car. Am I on episode 2? Am I
Come
on
on,
episode 2?
you got to get it. You got to find it.
Here it is right here.
All right.
You wanted to build a 70 convertible, 4-speed, Matador red, black gut.
Gotta be black stripes.
Black
4-speed,
stripe.
W30?
And you said, you said a W30 in 7. Knowing what you know now. This isn't the car that you want to build knowing what you would love now. We're talking, the question was, and I go back, it was specific. Knowing what you know now about value is the car that you would build then if you knew what they would sell for today. It wasn't the car you wanted to build for yourself then knowing everything that you wanted in the car.
Yeah.
It was to build the most valuable auction-type car today then. And it was a 70 red, black gut, convertible, 4-speed, black stripe.
W30.
And you would still build the same.
Yeah, I mean, that's
70.
the car that's
We're
worth
just
the
talking
most.
straight up value.
Yeah, that's not the most expensive and worth the most Oldsmobile in the world. I can tell you that right now. It's not that car.
Oh.
It's another car. I believe it was called an F88.
Here we
Don't
go.
quote me.
Here we go.
This car was produced as a prototype in I want to say 54. It was competing with the Corvette.
Was this out of the Staluppi thing? Or what
No,
was it?
no,
Okay.
not even close. This car was like $3 million, like 10 years ago.
So this is the most valuable
I believe
auction-blocked Oldsmobile.
Yeah, I believe that is the car. Yes.
You know, it looks like a 57 Vet kind of thing.
It looks like early
Roadster.
Vet. No, early
like a
Vet.
53, 54.
Right. Well, I say, I think it's a 53 or 54
Yep.
F88. It has like almost the same tail section with some more tail lights sticking out of it. I probably can look it up and find a picture of it. And it's got almost like a Corvette nose.
Let's put a picture right here.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. That's the car. It's gold. Well, we don't have it right now, but we're going to do some funky stuff to get it in.
See, you don't have to tell people that we're not. I'm not stopping.
I know.
We're gonna. Okay, so now what happens is when I say right here,
Right.
I write down on my. We're telling people.
Yeah,
I write
exactly.
down on my piece of paper a rough time marker.
Right.
So when I
Dump
have
it
to
in
go
there.
back and dump it in there, I know that
Right.
photo. So we don't have that photo. I'm not looking at a photo.
Nope.
But when you listen back, it
You'll
sure
see it.
sounds like it's up on the monitor.
It's going
and
to be
we know
right
what we're
there.
talking about.
Yeah.
So there it is again. Watch this. It's gone. And it's back.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
it's gone.
cool.
And there it is again.
You got a lot of editing to
I
do.
know. See, I just screwed myself. I got to edit like crazy.
Anyway, so in my eyes, that's the most valuable Oldsmobile on the earth. That car.
How many existed? Was a proto
I think 2.
sold?
No.
So there were no
This was-
COs on these cars.
No, this was not a pro. This was a
Caravan
prototype.
prototype.
Yeah, this is a car that was never. It was crushed.
Oh,
It was crushed
one
by
of those.
Chevy.
So this is like the
That's the
like
rumor.
the turbine cars of Chrysler.
Right.
A couple
I may
got
be
out.
speaking out of line, but I really don't know the total history on that car. But I know that car was over $3 million
Wow.
when it sold, and it's in a private collection now, somewhere. That's a car that.
You hear all those papers?
Yeah. Hurry up, flutter through.
No, it's okay.
So would I build that car? No. That's the most expensive
Oldsmobile.
in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
So, top of your head, what's the most expensive over-the-block Oldsmobile W machine of the last 5 years?
The red one.
The red one. Still.
The red one, yeah. I think it was $275. Yeah.
$275. Wow.
Yeah, and that was a convertible 4-speed, and then a black hardtop W30 went for $160. Those are the two most expensive.
Well, I'm
Olds.
going to get into that because one of
did
the
talk about
most
it.
expensive ones that we recapped throughout the season of talking about Meekum and Barrett Jacksons that we talked about every one of them. That
Which one was that?
you were probably at.
Yeah.
In episode 3,
Palm Beach?
that was setting up Palm Beach, April 12th through the 15th.
Yeah, in Florida.
Down in Florida, and you were at that event.
Yes, I was.
And the most expensive Oldsmobile over the block.
You want me to try to remember? It was
Go ahead.
Just over $100,000.
Yeah, well, with
109?
VIG on both sides, it ended up being 121.
Was it the black car?
No.
71?
No.
Boy, did I forget which car it was.
No. I'm looking at it right here.
69 black?
No. It was the 71 W30 convertible Saturn Gold Black W30 4-speed convertible.
Yeah.
Sold for 110, and then you add the VIG on both ends, and it'd be 121.
I remember
it. You remember I had you on the hook for a prediction for 150.
Right. Didn't have the original block. I remember now.
That's what it was. The original block.
Or tranny.
Took 20
or tranny.
20-something thousand.
No broadcast card either.
Right. And that. Did you really have to say that?
Hey, come on.
No, it's okay. So episode 3 and 4 were kind of together because we did a pre-cap and a recap. A pre-cap. Jeez. Just came up with a new word. Pre-cap and recap of Palm Beach, April 12th through 15th, Barrett Jackson.
Right.
And this was the last time that I asked you for an answer for the Dale Smith question.
And I answered
it. Episode 4.
I answered it.
No, I led you into answering it because we were talking about what is the supposed color
of the hoop.
On
the intake manifold. And I just got some other information about that.
Bring it. Tell the whole story from the top. Why we're even talking about that?
Well, because I had a film strip from a couple different guys made back in that era in 1970. We're trying to determine when. Like, when was it made in 1969? Was it made in, like, February of
like when they
recorded
the film?
Yeah, when they, so produced. We're trying to determine, whatever. So my friend Jimmy McKeag, I sent him the film strip video.
Now, were you like first person of this video? Was this
people have seen it. People have seen it. That's a couple of my friends have the original film strip, and they send me a video of it. So, Jimmy determined that whenever this thing was made, the washers weren't underneath it. So
more information.
Yeah. More information, but we're trying to get the bottom of that to really firm that up. But really, the only reason why I was looking at it,
to which car though?
W30s or 31s.
Okay,
anything that had the factory aluminum intake.
70 to 72s.
70 to 72.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So this
70 W31, 70 through 72.
Thank you.
W30.
See, I'm forgetting these things already.
Yeah,
you almost converted me.
That's all right. You're getting there.
I know I'm getting there.
Gotta get those Hemi cars out of your mind for a little bit.
No, you know what? Well, Barrett
A-body,
Jackson just
B-body.
passed, and we're going to talk about the Scottsdale event.
Yep.
And, I had a couple things, but we'll get into that.
It's all right.
And Meekum down in Kissimmee, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know how to pronounce that correctly, so I don't want all my Okahumka friends to get mad at me. Bam! I said Ocoee. And I just keep saying all the ones that no one can say. So yeah, episode 3 and 4, that pre-cap and recap. Episode 4 was the first time that we figured out how to do phone interviews.
Oh boy, I remember this one.
Yeah. And the first guest was a gentleman from the crazy team of Garner Cars, Garner Customs and Restoration.
That's right.
GarnerCars.com.
That's right.
We had
Ken
Garner. That's right.
The man.
Ken
the legend.
Officially.
The myth.
The legend.
Ken is an absolute awesome guy. Probably one of my best
we've
friends
kind of
right
since then we connected on social media. We've talked behind the scenes and just Ken and Alan and Frank and all those guys. Franklin, just unbelievable.
Great guys. Very passionate.
That episode 4 was the first mention of your car's
because we
future.
We had to keep it.
We had to keep it under wraps.
Yes.
This is the first time we let it out for everyone to know
what was going on.
That your car was going to come back to life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the W31 that I've known since I've been a part of this friends and family circle since 97.
Yeah, and I bought it in 93.
Yeah, so just
Man, 97.
Unbelievable.
That's right, because you took pictures of it at the track.
That's right. The famous pictures of the car launching.
Yeah,
I have that. I got lucky, and I shot that on film.
One of the baddest pictures you ever took, man.
I love doing film photography back then.
Yeah.
If anyone else wants to agree, my favorite film camera that I had was my Minolta 3XI, and it ended up on the Wall of Fame, who was also walked in the door that night in episode 4, unannounced, Emilio Giano from Superior Auto
Another
Body.
legend in his own mind.
No, stop. Pink's winner, North Haven legend.
I gotta bust him. I gotta bust him.
5-speed small block.
Yep.
Your friend since the sandbox. My brother-in-law,
my God.
Emilio Giano.
Yep, Mr.
So,
4-speed.
He's got a wall of fame of everyone's race car photos from Lebanon, Island, Englishtown, Echo, Epping, and it's a big deal to make it on that wall. And I finally made it on that wall in 2008. 2008. Now, that wasn't my first car.
Right.
But that's when I finally got to get on his wall when my black car cracked the 10s at Englishtown Mopar Nationals that year. 1091 off the trailer. Couldn't believe it.
Is that we going to see that car this year?
Yes, we're going to see it. Yes, you got me on there. It's in the garage, ready to go.
All right.
Everyone knows. No drama.
All
no
right.
drama.
No drama.
There's your message. And
Bring it out.
Oh.
Damn it.
What else we got here?
All right, next. What do you got?
Episode 5.
All right.
Since we had this phone thing down, we wanted to get on the guy that we had mentioned so many times.
Yes. Yep.
And I won't say we, I will say you, mispronounced this person's name in 3 episodes, and this is your friend.
I've always called him that.
I know. Until we got him on the phone, and I said it, Stefano Bimbi. And he's like, you got it. I said, that's right. You should see the way I wrote it down so I can say it correctly.
Phonetically.
On the phone to Stefano, Nicky Performance, Nickey out in Chicago.
Yes.
And this is really important because this ties all the way to episode 1. And one of the reasons why we're here, so you can get your message out, and the reason why you even had a message to get out was because of Stefano.
That's right.
He's the one who kicked you in the ass.
That's him.
I'm doing a lot of talking tonight.
No. This is a great recap.
Here's your spot. Usually your shout-outs are usually super long.
I don't have a list.
But this one deserves one.
Yeah. And I always
give the Stefano story and, give a shout-out to our buddy.
He really rolled it out for me. I mean, I was at a point in my life where I had gotten laid off from work. Remember?
Yeah.
So I got laid off, and when you work for a company for that long, 14 years, it's like, wow, what do I do now? I mean, what am I going to do? Thank God I had severance, and I had a little breathing room, but you feel, you go through a little bit of, I don't know. I wasn't depressed. I was just like shocked. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm going to have all kinds of time. What should I do?
Right.
So
you were ticking on 50 at the time. You're like, I need to find a,
Yeah, that kind of role. Who's going to hire me?
Right.
That's what I thought. I'm like, what am I going to do? So I don't know.
Ironically, Stefano, I know you're listening.
He contacted
Steve is legit wearing one of your pullovers right now.
I am. I love this. I love this shirt, man. I love it. I feel it well too.
You certainly do. Winter has treated you well.
Yes, right here, baby.
Get in my belly.
It's pasta, baby. Anyway, so what had happened was Stefano contacted me because a car that he had recently purchased was worked on by me in like 2007, 2008 here in Connecticut.
The car was seen and all that car?
Yeah,
the
red W30 convertible. He goes,
I
I understand you did some work on it and da-da-da-da and whatever. And
Our good friend, Cena Eliason.
Yes, absolutely. So he worked on it. Anyway, so he wanted to get some more information on it. He says, do you, do any kind of, you should do, I've read about you and I've seen you on the forums and stuff and you got some serious knowledge. Why don't I have you come out here and look at this car and maybe do a report on it? And he mentioned Galen and he mentioned Marty and he mentioned Jerry McNeish. I'm like, wow.
I got to be banging on my chair.
Hey, that's the
You're
Italian
getting excited.
thing. I can't talk. Put these behind my back. I can't talk.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, keep going.
Anyway, so I forgot where the hell I was. So anyway, he mentioned those names, and I'm like, well, he goes, is there anybody that's doing this authentication certification thing and doing a report on the car? I says, no. He says, well, maybe you could consider it. Why don't you come out here? I got 3 W30s. I got that one, and I got 2 more. Why don't you come out and do the reports? And I got a W31 Ramrod 1968, which I also worked on here in Connecticut. Anyway, so went out there, did the deal. I'm kind of recapping here again, and he said to me, he says, this red W30 convertible is going to be going out to Russo and Steel. Would you like to go? And I probably can get you to speak on it and represent it on the auction block. I was like, oh my God, I'd never been to an auction before. I'd never been to Barrett. I'd never been to Meekum. I never been anywhere. He just kind of rolled me right in. So we went out there. I met him out there, stayed with him all weekend. We had a great time, and Saturday night comes along, and here we are. You know, I'm with the car, and I was talking to this gentleman and his son, and they seemed pretty interested in the car. And got up on stage, said my thing. I was very nervous. Everybody was watching to see. I'm like, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to speak. And sure enough, it happened. And this gentleman and his son came to me after, as I'm, you know, the car rolls through the auction. It sells for $275, whatever. And Stefano was happy, and we're having a couple drinks, whatever, to celebrate. And we're like, well, I got to go back over to the car and get the thing out. And I'm like, I got to know who owns this thing. This is where my passion comes in. It's not like I just sold the car and I could care less where it goes. I'm like, I got to document this thing. I need to make sure I know where this thing's going to be for the rest of its life. And sure enough, a good friend of mine bought it with his son, and we're still in contact today. So I hope this year that we could get him on, but right now he's going to stay anonymous. A lot of my buddies do know who he is, but I don't want to mention who he is. But back to Stefano, he's the one that got all this going for me. So, and I need to thank him and his wife Beth, and for giving me that opportunity. And I always say it, and he's like, all right, you're the guru, you're the Oldsmobile guy now. So, but I don't care what you say. You did this for me, and I really appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough. So
there you go.
Here we are.
So Stefano Bimby.
Yep.
See, I can say the name without even thinking.
I know.
So NickyPerformance.com, NICKEY.
Right.
They're on Facebook too at Nicky. Just Facebook, Nicky, NICKEY.
He is insanely busy with the new stuff.
And the other day, I sent you a text message with a picture from a TV show that's now on the Motor Trend channel.
Yes.
From last year.
Yep.
The TV show Wrenched.
Yes.
Which I wasn't really into the show. It's
right.
I don't dig it that much.
Yeah.
But I'm watching, and they're getting the motor ready.
Right there.
They're getting the motor ready for this truck build that they were doing for SEMA.
Right.
And they were calling it like the Bank Robber, I think was the name of the
Yeah,
truck.
I forget what it was. Yeah.
And I see right there, Stefano, Nicky Performance, and he came in with this crazy crate motor that he built. Well, I don't want to call it a crate motor. This crazy custom engine that he had built.
Yep.
And I said, Steve, he goes, oh, yeah, he filmed that like a year ago. I'm like,
yeah.
But that was
awesome.
Just so cool. I'm like, I know that guy now, you know? He's like a rock star.
He's the man, dude.
That's it.
He is the man. Thank you.
Oh, that was also, we got to get there, episode 5, the first mention of McCacken.
Mm-hmm.
Muscle Car Corvette Nationals, which were coming up later in the year, November 17th of 2018. And Stefano's involvement in that, and the future of
Bob Ashton.
We
didn't have on. We're gonna get him on.
We didn't have Bob.
We'll
Ashton
get him on. He's anxious to get on.
That was the
Trust
first
me.
time when we teased about maybe Steve's W31 has something coming up that we couldn't talk about.
Right.
Next.
Open the floodgates.
Then we got to episode 6, and really, this is when we what did we do in episode 6? Where is it? I gotta hold it. Okay,
on.
Episode
you got
6.
Your notes.
No, I had a
Look
note
at
here.
that.
Just
Look
refer
at
to
that,
page.
Dude.
Okay, episode 6 was
that had
out
to
of
be
control.
When was that? What month?
What? Episode 6 was.
That had to be around Barrett.
This was the last week in May. We recapped Meekum in Indy.
Ah, right.
Which you attended as well, I believe.
I did.
And the funny story was about that was you were watching it and you were like, wait a second, I'm watching Houston, not Indy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jesus.
So,
I'm like, car number F25 is not what I remember. F25, what the hell? That was a Saturday morning. I was having breakfast. I remember. I'm watching. I'm like, I'm waiting for the car to come up that we bought.
So you watched it for an hour, and you're like, wait a second, you realize it was Houston. But that cracks me up. And we had one of my favorite burnout boxes of all time. That one where we covered.
The hell is that? Your furnace?
Yeah, baby, it's forced hot air.
Christ.
You're in the hot spot over there. You're in the hot seat.
Oh man!
One of my favorite burnout boxes of all time. Where did the burnout box? Was we talked about pro stock drivers.
Yes.
If you remember, I mispronounced pro stock. Pro stock.
Oh,
remember?
God,
That was that episode, and I
Yeah.
left it in there
Uh-huh.
where we talked about drivers today and drivers of yesterday, and who could transcend back and forth across eras. Who from now could be competitive then?
Right.
Who from then could be competitive now?
Right.
And you read a text message to our audience from Mr. Jason Line.
Yes. Still in contact with him.
And his opinion was that Bob Glidden could have transcended the infancy of pro stock all the way to today,
Right.
because of he just out-tinkered everyone.
Right.
Because I thought it would have been Warren, just because he just was just brilliant in the R&D and
Right.
whatnot. But the problem with Warren was when the NHRA changed the rules for testing and this and then
Cubic inch.
and cubic inch inspection, that Warren's edge started to go away, but Glidden was just a tinker, find the stack of combinations.
That's right.
That was Jason Lenzen. That was a great text message. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was awesome.
But
So what else?
at Mika Mindy,
Yeah.
you guys bought a car,
Yeah.
and we talked about the maroon car.
Yeah, the 70W30.
Yeah, what was up with that car? Where is it now? Do you,
It's same condition it was.
in the
It's
anonymous
just, it's in the
location
anonymous
down south?
Yep, in that collection, and someday it'll get restored. But that's one of the cars in the collection. Yep.
Yep, because that was the I watched that on TV, and that was the Keith, what's his name?
Oh God.
Buse,
Yeah,
something
I don't
like that.
remember.
The 16 car collection.
Yeah, that was part of a collection.
That
That
was
car.
all that that was
Yeah.
the Corvette pace car collection.
Oh
sold for
yeah.
1.76
Yeah,
million.
we were sitting right next to that guy.
Yeah,
That bought it.
That was crazy.
No, actually, I think it was sold on the phone.
Was it over the phone?
The guy bid like 1.6 on the floor, and it sold on the phone for 1.7.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
That's just my
Well,
recollection.
we ended episode 6, and this is something we didn't touch on in episode 7. Was I wrote down what's up what's up this month for Steve, and you
Right.
had plans. Here's a note right here: going to inspect a car in Michigan, and we never touched on that in episode 7.
Oh, I know.
Do you remember
car.
what that might be?
Yeah,
this is all the way back from end of May. What was
That
the
was
car
the
in
big-
Michigan?
It was Chip Jennings, 70W30. Sebring yellow.
This is the first time we're talking about it. We
W27.
never followed up on that.
Jesus, I'm sorry, Chip. Here you go. This was a car that Oldsmobile gave to Popular Hot Rodding back in 1969, October, I believe. And they did some test runs.
No,
like
we talked about
Erlingdale.
that part.
We did.
We did talk about that because we're talking
But
about
yeah.
like the Cars magazine
Right.
out of New York. They would take the dealer cars and
Yeah.
the Brooklyn Heavy
He's-
legend stories and go on a connecting highway.
He's owned that since new.
Right. And this is what we haven't followed up on.
Yeah, so basically, Chip had contacted me to help him with the consult of this restoration to freshen up the car. I mean, he restored it, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago, and he found out about me through a friend of his, and he put me in touch with him, and the car is awesome. Car is awesome. So I flew out to Michigan, where he lives, and worked in the body shop with him for a couple days, and we actually, painted the motor and stuff like that. Got all those little details, and consulted that restoration. I mean, it did everything to that car but paint. Didn't take the body off the frame, but redid the frame. Took the rear end out, redid that, redid the whole interior. It has a dual gate in it. Yeah, that all redone. So it was and that car was at McCacken last year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
I see. I didn't know that.
yeah, he was at McCacken with it. Won gold. Just a really cool guy, and
That's
actually,
right. We didn't even talk about that in our
I'm sorry.
recap.
I'm sorry, but we will
So
because
give him his plug now.
well, we just he just acquired another car,
Oh,
which we'll talk about
season
down the
2,
road.
baby.
Yep.
There's another teaser.
70W30 that I'll be
Excellent.
involved with. So
That's awesome.
yes, Chip's a great guy. Gave me a lot of opportunity with that car, and we'll talk about
He's
his
finally
new
getting
one.
his mention.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chip.
It's all good. Steve's getting tired, and we're almost
It's all
half
right.
an hour into this.
It's
I
all
gotta
right.
keep him going. This I haven't had to work this hard at
Well,
like hosting and keeping the train rolling tonight.
Let's put it this way: one of the reasons why I'm tired is that I've been recovering from surgery. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but I'm not going to go much deeper than that. But I'm feeling good now. Feeling good and ready for 2019. I'm going to have another procedure soon, and I'll be recovering from that. But it's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going forward. You know, my close personal friends, including yourself, know the real deal, but I don't really want to put it out there. But I am
so
fine.
many things I could say to give
I am
hints,
fine.
but it's super personal.
Yeah.
Anytime, you know, you have a family or personal
Right.
issues that have to get taken care of,
Yeah.
we're not.
Just do it.
Just
That's
do
all.
it. That's it.
I tell you what, it couldn't have come at a better time. It's just killing me that I can't drive my car.
Yeah, but not even that. I can't even get you all fired up, and you can't be jumping around in a chair or whatnot. So I got to be careful on
So
how
I'm
hard I
doing
make
good.
them laugh.
You know, that's why we haven't had.
Preventative maintenance
That's
is the
right.
next step.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get over 50.
Well,
You'll know someday.
Yeah, no. I don't know about that. I got to make it there first. I already
You'll
got
be
mileage.
fine. You got to start getting some sleep. Anyway, so let's continue forward. Chip Jennings, great guy, great W30. He's got another one now that I'm going to be fully involved with. Can't wait. We'll get to that 2019.
There you go. So, Chip, when you listen to this episode,
Yeah, you're getting plugs.
Yeah, you make sure you comment, and if you want to put up a little teaser
Yeah,
photo
we'll have him
in
call
the comment
in.
section,
We'll get him
Chip
on.
Call in.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Chip's a great guy.
Episodes 7 and 8. We're gonna put those together tonight because that was again the prequel and recap. Of Barrett Jackson in our own backyard at Mohegan Sun Casino, Uncasville, Connecticut. They called that one Barrett Jackson Northeast.
Yep. That's right.
And, that was started Thursday, June 21st.
Mm-hmm. Had a good time. We had a good time.
There was a lot of fun stuff there.
Yeah.
The Oldsmobile prices weren't through the roof.
No, they never are in the New England area. I don't know why. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
But there was a car there that we mentioned a few times.
All I'm going to say is I'm not even going to bring the car up.
68 red and black 4-speed comes with its original Protecto
that's
plate.
Great.
Okay,
that's
fine.
Great.
I just said it.
Jesus.
Is that it? You just need to zip it?
It had a 69 reproduction Protecto plate. That's it.
Confirmed.
Bottom line. Now,
we showed pictures of that in episode 7.
We're not going to show them now.
No, we're not going to do it now. Go back to episode 7.
Because I honestly want to do work for Barrett.
Yeah.
I really would love the opportunity to help them out.
Right. We even mentioned that.
Right.
This is the reason why.
Within the next couple of weeks, I am going to compile
reasons and
a proposal to them via email, whatever, and see what they do. Because they have 3 or 4 guys to do it.
I know.
They have.
But that didn't get caught.
I know. I know. Why? I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate, whatever. If they had me on the team.
The car still sold for $69,000.
Right, which was a lot of money. So, whatever. I'm not zinging Barrett. I love attending Barrett. I would love to be a part of Barrett. Okay? You guys need an Oldsmobile professional guy. And this year, I'm not going to be afraid to say that. I know what I'm talking about. I think what I know, I can immensely help them out so that they don't get in a pickle, even though they have all these waivers and things that they're probably not responsible for anything that they sell. Read the fine print, whatever. That's fine. I understand that. Business is business, but I would love the opportunity to help you out. Just give me that chance. That's all I'm saying. Give me the chance. All right?
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
So let's move on.
I don't want to move on. Well, all right. So
what
episode
else?
8, which was the 7 and 8, we're going to put those together in the recap of Mohegan Sun.
Right.
Was I saw this on Underground. There's a great photo that you guys got with me, Underground, with the Dodge Brothers. And I couldn't wait for this to come up when there was the last production Viper and the last production Demon.
Both red, right?
Both red.
Yeah.
Sold for $1 million.
And who bought it?
Do we know? Don't remember.
Was it Staluppi?
We were underground, and we got an awesome photo.
Yep.
And at that moment, is when we went to go num num num.
We were eating.
We went to Pepe's.
No, we were at Bobby Flay's.
Oh, we went to Bobby
That was
Flay's.
lunch, and who do we see?
That's right. So yeah, we did eat twice within like 2 hours. So we go into Bobby Flay's.
We're eating.
And we're eating, and our good friend just shows up out of the blue, and we invite him over to sit with us. Was AJ from Chaz and AJ WPLR in the morning.
Yes.
Come on over and sit with us.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that told us it just sold for $1 million as a pair. I'm
Yeah,
like,
we missed it.
And we had missed
We
it
missed it.
because
Well,
we just walked out to go get some num 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 at Bobby Flay's.
Right. And then we were supposed to have like pizza with him at Pepe's.
But
remember?
we did that later.
I
But
know.
it's okay.
All right.
Well, don't worry,
Yeah.
Gary Bamonte. We're gonna get you your plug
Yeah,
too.
come on,
Gary
come on.
Bamonte, co-owner.
We're gonna
famous
do
legend of
we're gonna do a
Pepe's.
Rocket Radio. I want to do it from his restaurant in New Haven.
In New
Period.
Haven?
Bottom line,
In New Haven.
sitting there with AJ, Bamonte,
Let's get
me
the
and
blood,
you.
sweat, and gears, guys. That's their car
Yeah,
club, and let's
whatever.
do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You hear that, AJ?
Set it up.
Make it happen.
Come on, man. We'll go there early so you can get your sleep,
Yeah, right.
and you'll have time to go to the gym as well.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, the last thing really at episode 8, we did a Facebook Live video around the Thornton car.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that
Jeez.
did go over the block, I believe,
80.
at 80 grand.
Yeah, that was a beautiful car.
That car.
I just actually recently watched that video again.
the live video.
Yeah,
It was really good.
That was pretty
I put
cool.
you totally on the spot, and I was following
Yeah.
you around.
Well,
and
this is a what did I say about the motor? This is a I forget something about. This is a 350 engine or something like that.
It's a 350 small blocks.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Something stupid.
It's got an engine in it or
Good.
something like that. I'm like, no.
So go back.
Durr.
Go back onto cas-am Performance
Right.
on Facebook. Scroll all the way back to
I don't remember, whatever.
What are we talking about here? Around end of June.
Right.
June probably would have been the 23rd because it
Yeah,
would have been
something like that.
Saturday. No, it would have
Yeah.
been Friday because
Well,
I think
did
I
a
went
little
Friday or
blooper,
Saturday.
and you know why I did that?
22nd or 23rd of June. Go on cas-am Performance. Scroll down the timeline
Yep.
around that 21, 22,
gonna tell
23
you.
of June.
I'm gonna
and
tell
watch
you.
that live video.
Yeah, you're gonna tell you
Because
why I
calling
screwed
him
up.
out on that was Mark the Moro.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because that was a 442 that had a 350 engine in it. When you think of 442, you're thinking 455. That's why I said it like that. This is
So you
this
didn't
is
make a
44
mistake.
No, it just sounded wrong.
sounded
but
wrong.
in 72, you could get a 442 with a 350. It could be a 2-barrel, single exhaust, no cutout bumper.
We just got a free tech talk right there.
Yeah.
See?
72 was a freaky year.
We're going to have to get into that a little bit more there.
Yeah, W29.
Lastly, I got to meet, not even lastly, second to lastly,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brewer from Wheeler Dealer.
Ba-na-na-na.
Oh, it was so awesome. So we're in the what is that? The mother's
Pre-stage,
the mother's pre-stage area
yep.
where you really don't have access to some of these places
Right.
unless you act like you've been there and you can get into those areas.
Right, but we had the VIG.
But we had
we
the
had
thank you,
badges.
Steve, who gave us
Yes.
the lanterners, or around the neck, and we're hanging around the pre-stage area, and there he is. What a nice guy!
But what drew us there in the first place? Do you remember?
I believe the 57,
No, the red.
the red. Which
the
one?
red car was in there.
Oh, jeez.
The red 68. I'm like, oh, we gotta go see it. And you're like, whoa, look who's there!
So
I gotta
my-
do this for my brother.
My
Blah, blah,
brother's
blah,
like
blah,
a
blah.
huge fan, so I got this picture, and I had Mike Brewer autograph a program, the Barrett Jackson Northeast program, to my brother, and got a great
Yes.
picture and sent that
It was
off
great.
to my
It
brother.
was a great weekend, man.
and that was it.
It really was.
So we had taken an entire month off after that.
Wow.
A
Yeah, we
first-
just were, yeah.
It was we were going every other week.
Yeah. You know why? Because I was going to Florida every weekend.
Yeah, well, we won't get that. But episode 9 was July 26th. Yeah, we took an entire month off.
Yeah.
So here we are, a little recap. Rocket Radio, Rocket Report, cas-am Performance. Hit him with the email.
cas-am Performance at sbcglobal.net. Send in your questions, ideas, whatever. We're doing a complete revamp.
Yeah, revamp.
Revamp.
Don't give it away too much.
Well, I'm
But
not
this is
gonna,
the
just
Rocket Radio
revamp.
2018 recap.
Yeah, the outro.
This is like the 2019 season pilot
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
we want some more input. What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
What do you
I wanna
want?
make
We know
this-
you guys are going to put out some
want-
questions.
yeah, I want
and
more
some
interesting.
tech and stuff.
I don't
But-
want it to be boring for you guys, so you guys got to tell us what you want.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, doesn't matter.
This was a great episode because We did a little tribute that I had put together with my good friend Angelo Appy on the
Yes.
long distinguished career of one of the greatest public figures in law enforcement, our good friend Teddy Stockman.
Absolutely.
Retired.
Absolutely.
Go on to the YouTube, obviously, where we're parked here, DrJay0
Right.
is my YouTube page.
Right.
Scroll on down to the final call for Teddy Stockman. I had gotten access to his Radio 60, which is his sign in, and his 66, which is sign off. And as soon as I got that, my buddy Angelo came over. I whipped it together on the supercomputer.
Came out awesome.
And I had a tribute video put together 20 minutes after he got off shift.
I know, that was
I
insane.
already had it on YouTube and was getting shared everywhere. So, Teddy, we love you. And he's actually an SRO in our town, school resource officer, still working almost full-time because he is a super cop. And he is protecting the kids now. He's over at Green Acres School now, and he is the student, the resource officer right here in town. So the kids, another generation, get to grow up with Teddy. And what are you doing? Are you replying? Are you taking my picture? What are you doing?
No, I'm just looking at something
I don't
quick.
want you to look at anything.
I'm
'Cause
sorry.
We're in episode 9.
All right, do it.
Episode 9 was the pre-cap leading into the 2018 Oldsmobile National Meet in Gettysburg, PA.
Right.
That was hosted by the Oldsmobile Club of America, oldsmobileclub.org, hosted by the Blue Gray chapter, and this was the pre-show.
Yes.
And this was we talked again about you building a car, but we already covered that.
Right.
We're not going to do that again.
All right.
But we got another update through email, not for phone, from your good buddy Alan Steinbach. And you had shown me off the record a little update of your car. We weren't allowed to talk about, but we made mention of the paint chips, and Emilio.
Oh, right. That's when we
So
had the
we
swatch.
weren't allowed to talk about
We had
that.
the swatch.
Yeah.
We had the spray out.
Is that what we call it? The
That's
spray
what they're
out.
called.
That was the spray out
That was the
episode.
spray out.
Okay. And this was also the I believe the first or second mention where I was privy to see the proofing of part 1 of your Muscle Car Review 5-part series magazine story about the whole build.
Mm-hmm.
Is that is part 5 out yet? Just
No, we're at 3.
We're at 3.
We took a little reprieve because of me,
Okay.
and we have some in the wings that'll be starting up probably in another 2 or 3 months. So it's gonna get into the summer, which is cool.
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
There's 3 of them that are out now.
So go back to episode 9. We've mentioned that. Now you guys know why we were teasing, because we did talk about it, but Muscle Car Review magazine has a 5-part series.
It's actually going to be 6 or
planned.
7.
Oh, it's going to get even longer.
Yeah, a little
which goes over Garner Customs and Restoration, GarnerCars.com.
Introduces the car.
Introduces
history.
the car, the story, where you got it, where they got
then-
it, how
right.
they got it, how you got it.
Right,
And
and then
then there was-
breaking it down.
And breaking it down by build and
Right.
all that wonderful.
The first one
wonderful
was the
stuff.
rear axle assembly rebuild. The second one was the what was it? Jesus. Oh boy.
What?
Oh, the frame.
Oh.
Right. And then the next one after that's going to be motor and tranny and so on and so forth. So
I
there's a
did
lot.
ask you in the burnout box that week if you would ever jump out of a plane or would you rather ride a bull?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Probably I took the plane, huh?
You took the plane. You jumped out of the plane. And then we asked, where have you ever had the best wings? Where are the best wings ever? And we had to eliminate strip clubs from that.
Yeah.
Because I have a note there.
All right.
No strip club jokes.
Yep, no strip
But we said,
club.
come for the wings, but stay for the breasts.
Yeah, that's right. And I know my answer to that. One of them was Hooters, and the other one was Archie Moore's, right?
There you go. And I actually said
That's right.
Hard Hat Cafe in North Haven.
Yep.
I am a big fan of the Doobs. Correct. So best wings on the planet. as
Those
far
are
as-
chicken
so
wings.
They are unbelievable. That's right. Those are right. Come for the wings, stay for the rest. So episode 10 brought us
Wow.
all the way to the recap
Of the Nationals.
of the Nationals, and the audience got to meet the Rocket Man,
oh, boy.
Jack Ellsworth,
Jack Ellsworth.
your boy, your partner in crime,
Yeah.
Jack. Tell everyone about Jack.
I've known Jack for many years. A big-time Oldsmobile enthusiast like myself, and just an overall great guy. We do a lot of Oldsmobile-related stuff together, whether it's working on in my garage or helping me organize stuff or go to the track with his car. And with his car, I trailer it up, and he drives it or I drive it. We got a lot of commonalities, and he's just a great guy. But this year is going to be a little different. We're going to be focusing on my car. I told Jack since November, you're retired, man. Any show you go, it's not happening. Right here. That's it. And he laughs like hell. So Jack is one of my best friends, and I could ask him for anything, and he can do the same for me. We just have a really good,
Go
cool
back to
relationship.
episode 10 and listen to the story of the arrival night with the trailer, and then the whole story of driving home, Jack's first experience with towing, and the electrical and the glasses and everything.
Oh, Jesus.
One of the funniest stories came out of episode 10.
Yeah, it was.
But the other thing on episode 10 was, you guys, we had the debut of my nephew, Nico Giano.
Yes.
Making his podcast debut.
Yes.
My nephew graduated high school like 2 weeks prior to that.
Right.
And
There was so much on that episode.
it was huge.
Yeah.
And he is my WWE historian, and just check him
He could
out
drill
on Twitter.
anybody.
He's an adult now, so I can mention him by name, Nico Giano.
Yep.
Check him out on Twitter. Follow him if you're a WWE fan.
He knows it all.
He is sharing, and
Everything.
commenting, and everything about that all night.
Everything.
And we were going to talk about getting him set up, and I wanted to do a podcast with him. We're still going to work on that, but that was Nico Giano. Check him out.
Yes.
What are you pointing at me for?
I don't know. I had a thought, but no, I'm good.
Is it stupid?
No.
Well, then say it.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I just can't.
Why not?
No.
I don't. Okay. Why do you got to be like that?
You weren't supposed to see me talking with my finger
I
like
see
that.
what you're talking about. But, so let's see here. Let's see if this still stands. In the burnout box,
Yeah.
we asked you lasagna or baked ziti. Let's see if the
It
answer
was
is still
ziti.
the same. Yep, you did say ziti. Do you still stand by that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, baked ziti. And from where is like the best out that you've ever had?
Baked ziti?
Yeah.
I don't really get that.
$10
I
says
get
he
chicken
says
parm.
He says Fratelli's.
Yeah.
Listen,
My mother's baked ziti.
I've
How's
never
that?
been to Fratelli's,
Huh?
but I'll tell you what, they should give us like money for the
I
amount of
know.
time Steve said Fratelli's on this show on Rocket Radio. What else did we have in episode 10? We there was the
Oh,
Rocket Man.
I found that
you know
broadcast
what it
card
was in episode. Yes,
and that W31.
that's right. There was a story about that. Find the broadcast card at the Nationals.
Yep, that was awesome.
But we also closed out episode 10 with a very, very special little tribute to one of the greatest manly men of all time, the passing of Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Yep. So that was a pack.
He was in West Palm. I saw him at Barrett
Really?
up on stage.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Yep. He made a
That
joke.
was- that
he
was
made
a
a joke.
great
He got,
episode.
he wasn't looking too good then, and
No.
he came out on the golf cart, but they had sold one of his Bandit cars.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what else we had in episode 10?
What else?
You
Holy
had
crap.
just got married.
Oh, my God.
We
dude.
had the recap of your wedding, too.
How long was that show?
Listen, that might have been
Hour and
the
a half?
the hour and 10, but
Jeez.
man, we
Wow,
had
look
the
what
wedding.
we got here.
We
Look
had-
at the magic numbers here.
We're-
Holy
we're ticking
Christ.
up on that number, but we only got
Oh.
2 more to go,
All
so
right,
it's okay.
all
but-
right, all right.
So you're happily married now. You're
I
past
am.
the 6-month mark, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good for you. Give a shout out
Still
to
there.
the love.
My wife, Barbara.
There you go.
I know. It still sounds new, doesn't
Yeah.
it? My wife.
Yeah. Call it the whiff. It's easier.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it. I
That's
love
all
her a lot.
Good
She
for
puts
you.
up with a lot of shit.
And vice versa.
Okay?
Okay. No, that's why you guys are perfect, because you
Yeah.
give it as well as you
She
take.
knows
it to
me
each
by
other.
now.
So it was perfect.
I love you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. What else do we have? Episode 11 was one of the big ones. This was the pre-McCacken.
Oh, God.
Heading to Chicago, getting it
Mm.
ready. We knew so much stuff about this. We
Big,
had
big.
what we were talking about getting a big name on. Well, we had 3 names, and in the next show we're going to talk about that.
Right.
But the release of Muscle Car Review Part 2 was
Right.
on the shelf. We recorded that on November 13th.
Wow.
That was talking about McCacken, November 17th, 18th, 2018 in
Right.
Chicago.
Yep.
The W31 Invitational.
Yes.
And this is the
Sponsored
first
by the
time-
Gardner Boys.
That's right. Sponsored by Garner Custom Restoration, GarnerCars.com.
Absolutely.
Ken and Allen.
And
What?
And put together by Dan.
Oh,
Vasic.
what does that say right
I
there?
know you
What
had
does
it
that
on
say
there,
right
but I had
there?
to say it. It's like not putting a period at the end of the
W31
sentence. Come on.
Invitational Coordinator.
There's people that need.
Dan Vasic.
That's right. That all needs to go together.
And the owner of the 1969 El Malo. And we talked about that.
Well,
later.
he's
We're
restoring it for a guy.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Does he own it or is he restoring
No, he's
it?
restoring it.
Does he own that car?
No.
He's restoring that car.
Yeah.
He doesn't own the car.
No.
Okay, so I'm corrected.
That's all right.
I'm always wrong.
Dan will forgive you. Trust
It's
me.
okay. So, yeah, we had an NHRA year in review planned for
Yeah.
episode 12,
Yeah.
and we never got to that.
That's all right. McCacken was more important.
McCacken was more important. And to be
Sorry,
honest,
Jason.
I missed the NHRA last event of the year.
Me too.
I really, and
wait.
I'm ashamed of myself. I could not
trying to
tell you
remember.
who won the 4 pro classes. I couldn't tell you. That at the end of the year NHRA, I just didn't have time.
Pro stock was won by a guy that's not going to race next year, Tanner Gray.
Oh,
Right?
really?
Wasn't it?
Was it really?
Pretty
The
sure
young
it
kid,
was,
the
yeah.
young one.
Yeah, but he's going. Where's he going? NASCAR.
You
Yeah.
got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Some new stuff on NHRA this year, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back to our NHRA talk because
I would love to get.
Yeah,
I
it'll happen.
JL, come on, man.
What?
Please.
What?
I want him on.
We have to.
I want him on. Got to figure it out.
The
Gotta figure it
other
out.
the other thing we had in episode 11 was we got your brother on. We met the other brother. We met Dave.
I know.
Minore, the younger brother,
Yep.
who's smart and lives down in Florida.
Yeah.
We got him on the phone.
Yeah.
And Dave told us some stories about Steve's up and coming, and him wrenching and getting his hands dirty back in the day.
Right,
And
right.
He remembers this car coming home and romping it around town. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
say something to your brother. Make it quick.
Love you, man.
There you go.
Appreciate
Done.
it. Appreciate
so go
the
back
help.
to episode 11.
Maybe
It
we'll
was
get my sister on this year.
What?
Maybe we'll get my sister on.
Hey, man. Bring them all. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's okay.
Why not?
Go back to episode 11. Listen to the
All right.
part with brother Dave.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
funny.
it was really really cool to listen to everything that we have heard about through 10 episodes up to that point,
Right.
but from the outside looking in, and what Dave saw all those times.
Right.
It was a really great interview.
But you know what would be special to have
What's
this
that?
year?
What?
Smoking Joe.
Smoking Joe.
Have Dad on.
Let's get the patriarch on here.
That's right.
Let's do it. We'll have to work on that.
Yeah,
We'll do
I'll
that.
work on that.
We'll work on that.
You're getting on.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay,
Yeah,
how
come
good
on,
am I,
baby.
right?
You're
See?
doing good.
That's right. All
I
right.
love
so
it.
now,
I love it.
episode 12.
Wow.
So, no, I can't go to episode 12. yet.
No, you got more.
No, you know what? I am going to episode 12.
All right.
Because episode 12 was the full-blown recap
Of McCacken.
of McCacken.
Oh, my
It was an
God, what a
entire
show.
episode.
So
Go back
much.
to episode 12.
So much.
We have photos, videos, awards, trophies, just everything. And culminated was the word that I used with Steve getting Diamond Award.
Gold.
Diamond Gold. It was a Diamond Award, but it
It
was
looked
for
like a
gold.
diamond, but it is
It's
gold.
called the Gold Award.
Yeah, yeah.
And what is the Gold Award for?
Points.
Points. Over 950, over 900.
Yeah,
what was
over
it?
950. It's gold.
Certified by whom?
McCacken.
McCacken.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of phone guests. on
Yeah.
that. We got Dan Vasic finally on. the horn.
Finally. He wants to be on again.
The W31 event coordinator and
Yes, sir.
master of Zone 1.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Listen, that's not on my sheet.
I
That just
know,
popped in my
I
head.
know.
And then
I love it. I love it.
we had Casey Marks on,
Mm-hmm.
and Quarter Mile
Absolutely.
Creations, Casey
Yeah.
Marks.
Oh, what a piece, man.
And go
was a
back to episode
beautiful,
12, see the
beautiful.
wonderful little thing that Casey had made for Steve,
Oh,
just out of
just
some
amazing.
bits and pieces and parts, and
Yeah.
just this lamp of, it's amazing.
The Lamp of 31.
The lamp of 31. So check
Thank you,
out
Casey.
episode 12. There you go.
That piece is amazing.
But Casey told the greatest story, and we're big racer fans at heart. He was telling the story about the fastest pure stock
31.
Olds. Yeah.
It was his.
For 26 years, he had that record.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem fast, but think about how he did it. 1282 was the best ET. It was an F85 W31 under
Automatic.
pure stock rules.
Yep. Tires.
That's ridiculous. That's
Stock,
absolutely
everything.
ridiculous.
Stock
But,
exhaust.
We also closed out that show
With a
and
teaser.
We promised
I'm sorry.
an episode. We were going to do one more episode after 12. We wanted to do one in December before the holidays.
Yep.
But we had Jimmy McKeag
Yes.
close out episode 12
I know,
for
that
us.
was pretty wild.
And we had this cliffhanger out there.
I know.
So,
Jimmy, this is for you. And I'm going to give you a little plug here. Jimmy, some years back, put a W machine registry together. And he's since rejuvenated it, and it's back up online. So if you want to check it out, it's www.w31registry.com. Get on there, register your W31, register your W30, register your W32. I'm helping them with that. We're going to work in conjunction together with getting as much of these W cars documented and registered. So it kind of works hand in hand with what I do.
I want you to notice the clock.
It's freaking awesome, dude.
That's our 2018
10 seconds?
Rocket Radio.
No
Rocket
way.
Report. cas-am Performance.
We got
Hit 'em
so
with the
much.
email.
It's cas-am Performance at sbcglobal.net. I hope that's the last time I got to say that long email.
It's all right. You're gonna
because we're
screw it up.
revamping the site. We're revamping the email. We're revamping the intro. We're revamping the outro. We're revamping ourselves. I'm going to get a new haircut or something. Whatever. I don't care.
Here, let me take
We're
my hat off.
revamping
Look at
everything.
this. Look at it. Wow.
Yeah, look at that
hair.
Look at the grays, man.
It's bad. It was a great
This was
year,
great,
2018. Here we are. We are at,
Unbelievable.
I'm going to date this one right now. Today
Yes.
is January 28th.
Yes.
And you're probably listening to this one on January 30th. Who my guess
Something
by
like
the
that.
time I'm
Couple
done with
days.
that.
Jay's turned this around quick.
I'm just going to put a lot. I'm going to try to put a lot of the recap things we
Yep.
talked about. It's
Couple
going to be a
pictures.
lot of work of making mention of each one of these things through episode 1
This
through
is great.
12. Here it is.
This is great,
2019.
man. You do so much for me
It's
here
all
with
good,
this,
bro. I
man. I
enjoy it.
love it. I can't appreciate it more. I really, really do appreciate it.
So
And I'm
here's
looking
to
forward to 2019.
Season 2.
We're gonna
Rocket
do.
Radio.
We're gonna do live broadcasts
Are you
on
ready?
location.
Oh my God! Here he goes. Here he goes. Give it to him. Go.
What?
You close this one out.
We're out of here.